Hey, what's up, gamers? And today we're going to be looking at the newest Nintendo Wii U game that came out, well, a little over a month ago, and that is Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. Or, as I would call it, Donkey Kong Country Returns 2. Yeah, technically it is actually a sequel considering it uses the same gameplay mechanics as Donkey Kong Country Returns for Nintendo Wii. Except this one is not called Donkey Kong Country Returns, or it doesn't have it as a subtitle, it's just called Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. I was a little skeptical on this game, seeing the trailers, and I thought it looked okay, but after playing it, I got hooked. I have to be honest. This was a pretty fun game to play, and very enjoyable. And especially after hearing somewhat mixed reactions, or I should say mostly positive, but the one mixed reaction from GameSpot, which I completely disagree, and I'm sure everybody else disagrees with me on this one, a 6 out of 10? Really? I gave it a look, and I gotta say, it was way too enjoyable just for that low of a rating. How enjoyable, may you ask? Well, in fact, I'd even say even more enjoyable than Donkey Kong Country Returns, and here's why. Yeah, I don't think I have to really explain the plot very much. Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong and the rest of the gang all enjoying a tropical vacation, which pretty much gets frozen out. Gee, have I seen this in a movie before? Okay, yeah, let's not get carried away here. But anyway, your mission is to show those animals back to the Arctic where they belong. Pretty much kicking ass. Yeah, so the adventure begins, and boy, is it fun as hell, let me tell you. Yeah. It's got the same 2D platforming style with same 3D elements as Donkey Kong Country Returns. Yep, barrel blasting, and you even get the allies too. And just like Donkey Kong Country Returns, of course, you can't switch between players. Unless you're playing multiplayer, of course. And of course, since it's on the Wii U, it not only uses the Wii U gamepad as a controller, but you can also use the Wiimote and Nunchuck and a classic controller that's made for the Nintendo Wii U as well, if you don't like the Wii U gamepad. But, unfortunately, if you like the whole dual screen thing, you can choose, of course, between using the screen as the TV or use the TV, but you can't use both at the same time, which I'm not completely disappointed in, as well as using the touchscreen pad or blowing or whatever you want into the gamepad like in Super Mario 3D World per se, which again I'm not really disappointed in because it does occasionally become distracting, and in a game like this, which does require a lot of concentration, yeah, as I said, it becomes a little bit distracting there. And this is a game that definitely requires a lot of precision, a lot of concentration to really get good at and to master it. Now, of course, this game is going to get difficult, like all the other past Donkey Kong Country games in the series. So, of course, you're going to fail a bunch of times, but if you don't like failing, well, this game may not be for you. But let me tell you, it'll keep you coming back for more and more, and you'll just want to keep getting better at it and better at it. Because, of course, unlike Donkey Kong Country Returns, which had the Super Guide, which can pretty much guide you through the whole level, and people can argue whether that's cheating or just basically flat out not even fun, and it completely takes away the integrity of the game, well, I'm glad to see they took it away for that purpose, because, well, what's the point of challenging yourself if the game is going to play the level for you? Now, of course, they brought all the things back from Donkey Kong Country Returns, the barrel rockets, the minecart chases, and it's going to get tough. But, the fun of it is passing through it, so it gives you bragging rights to say, hey, you know what, I passed it. The game didn't beat it for me, I passed it myself. But, of course, you can also go to Funky's shop to buy items which may help you along. Because, of course, as I said, you got things that are going to get hard, like the barrel rockets and the mine cars, so you can get the shields to help you, well, not get invincibility. Yeah, of course you can get the invincibility things, which give you temporary invincibility when you get hit by an enemy, or things that can help you on those vehicle things, which give you a little bit of an extra chance to make it through if you find it too hard. And of course you get extra lives, you can get extra characters, and now getting to the characters, yes, you get Diddy Kong, who, of course, like in the previous game, helps you rocket a little bit longer. You get Dixie Kong, who some people may argue whether they like Dixie Kong or Diddy Kong better. I personally like Dixie Kong because her hair hovers like a tornado, which helps you float up a little bit more than Diddy Kong would. Now, yeah, and even Cranky Kong joins the adventure too for the first time, not just sitting on his lazy ass in his cabin. And what are his special moves? Well, hopping on a cane, which helps you, I guess, on spikes and stuff. Gee, have I not seen this before? Oh yeah, what the hell is he, Scrooge McDuck all of a sudden? Copycats. But I'm not going to say that's a blatant copycat. But personally, he's my least favorite, unless you're looking to just jump over spikes or something. Because most of the time, you're going to need Dixie and Diddy Kong, like I said, to float over chasms and stuff. And of course, you can even get items to help you if you keep falling into the chasms. And also, when you're underwater, yeah, this could also be a problem. Because if you're underwater too long, you have to keep track of how much oxygen you're losing, and you can also get an item from Funky's shop to help you stay alive underwater a lot longer. And Dixie Kong also has an advantage that you can also use an ability to get you extra hearts. Yeah, and this definitely comes in handy with boss fights too. Now, how fun are the boss fights? Pretty fun. Of course, they're not the same ones as you expect in Donkey Kong Country series on the Super NES, because of course this isn't published by Rare, neither is the one on Nintendo Wii, Donkey Kong Country Returns. So you can expect different boss fights, but of course they do bring the Rhino back, but that's the only companion that I've known of that pretty much is in this game. You don't get the ostrich, you don't get the elephant, or the frog or anything, but the Rhino is the most useful because he can pretty much stamp through every single enemy in the game. Well, except for lava or anything like that. But for the most part, I'd say this game definitely exceeds the hype. It's definitely enjoyable, and even though it can get challenging, yeah. Basically, beating all these challenges is just half the fun of the game. Beating all these challenges. I mean, that's what makes a game worth the fun. And what's the matter, GameSpot? You can't handle a good challenge? I know the boss fights can be hard. I realize these levels are challenging, but that's what the Donkey Kong Country series is known for. I mean, come on. What's wrong? You can't handle a good challenge? Well, oh well. Let me tell you, this game was a blast. A blast barrel full of fun. So overall, all I could say, rockin' Wii Remote with Wii Motion Plus up and a plain Wii Remote up. Definitely worth it. So, till next time, I think you know what's next. Happy gaming.